What is going on, everybody? Carnage back here again, and today I am back with another video. Today I'm going to be doing something a little bit different. I'm going to be showing the entirety of my Invincible comic book collection, which, not an excessive amount of books, but it is a pretty decent chunk of the run, I'd say. Maybe like, about 1/3 of the way, and I do have kind of like, the key significance wrote down for every single book off to the side here, but not going to get to that quite yet. Going to be going with the graphic novels. I don't have the compendiums just because, if I knew they made the compendium, I wouldn't have bought these, but, since I already bought them in this fashion, just going to stick with these. So here is Invincible Volume 1, and I mostly picked this up just because, got curious about, Invincible as a thing. This is issues 1 through 4, I want to say, if I'm not mistaken. Because, yeah, that's 3. And then this one would be issue 4. Yeah. Issue 4, and then after this, it's just ended for that one, which, I remember reading the first one and thinking, oh, that's pretty cool. And then here is, Volume 2, which, one of the cooler covers, if I do say, of all of these. Really do like the artwork. I know it's not by, what's it called? Ryan Ottley. I know he's not the one who's doing the covers for these quite yet. He comes a little later, but this one I remember enjoying quite a bit, just because this was kind of, excuse me, just one of my favorite scenes in this. There it is. As you can see, crap, was that a car door? Huh? And then instantly dressed both of them. And then this is also the one where he kills all the Guardians of the Globe. Not gonna really show that, but this was one of my favorite things in the entire show. And comic book wise, they definitely did undersell it like that. But God, when they got to this, and that was the feeling was mutual. That was just the coldest line in that entire book when I read it. Because, for those of you who do not know, in the actual, show, you see the whole fight, but in the comic, he just takes them out like they're fucking nothing then, which is phenomenally scary. Because that technically means comic book Omni-Man is stronger and more powerful than, the TV show one. Which I know they did that only for, certain reasons. Oh, there's a little bit of a thing on that. And then this is the big fight scene, which one of my favorite things in the entire show. That was actually my favorite episode of season 1, the big fight, or season 1, that episode where they fought, which is pretty cool. And then this holds volume or issues 14 through 19. If I remember correctly, I believe I only have graphic wise, issues number 1 through 24. And then this one, I don't really remember a lot from this one, other than Kid Thor showed up in it and he graduated. And then, this is also kind of the beginning of him going to space, that whole little story arc in the TV show, which was pretty cool for Shapesmith. And yeah, that was one of the more interesting ones. And I know this one anyway, which holds issues 20 through 24 along with issue 0. Pretty cool. And I know it does kind of have the, origin of, what's her name? Duplicate. That was pretty cool. And also the origin of Rexplode, which legitimately only lasted for a page, and then Monster Girl had the bigger part. And this is also kind of the introduction of Angstrom Levy, which, let me just say, Angstrom, one of the coolest ones. Also the fight with Alan against the Viltrumites. So good, man. This one's definitely my favorite one out of all three of them, or all five of them. I mean, still need to get number six though, just because I don't really know the consistent story. I Other than just the miscellaneous stuff in these issues I've picked up. Now, this one I picked up uh, roughly a year ago. I know this is my earliest Invincible book, issue number 13. Was very surprised to find this, especially with the fact that it's like a $50 book, and they had it marked at 30. And then I asked if they could take 25. They were like, yeah. And I mean, this one's pretty clean. Like, I'm only really see like one spine tick, which is not bad. There's actually at least two or three now that I'm looking at it. So 30, definitely not bad. But I mean, it's a pretty meh cover. And I know this is the issue after like the big fight with Omni-Man, so that's definitely really cool. Like, Mark gets his ass kicked by his dad, and then, basically goes from there. This one's another cool one. This is kind of the big fight with Alan and the Viltrumites. This is also the first appearance of what's his name? Thaddeus? Thaddeus? I always forget how to pronounce his name when it's not in the TV show. The guy who's voiced by Optimus Prime. I also do really like that there's that green guy just basically snorting stuff right next to Alan. It's pretty cool. And this is the first of many non-key issues in the series, or at least for ones I have anyway. Issue number 24. Beautiful cover, though. Like, I mean, even if you're not a huge fan of Invincible, you got to admit these covers are pretty astounding. And this is basically up until where I've read for the whole series. And I have read most of these anyway, like story-wise, or at least issue-wise, I should say. I believe I got these three from from a lot on eBay. This is when Mark is on Thraxia, I think that's where it is, and the issue before this is when Oliver was born. But there's 27, 28, which is definitely the most iconic cover of this series in my opinion, along with issue number 1, and then issue 29, which I believe this is the one, it's either 29 or 28, that has the big fight scene between Mark, his father, and the Viltrumites. Pretty cool. Was very excited when I saw those. And interesting thing about this one, this was actually my first ever Invincible book that I picked up. Now, this one's not a key issue at all, but, I was just like, I might as well just find a cheap issue on eBay, which I did. This was gosh, not an excessive amount, I remember, but, very, very cool issue. Really liked the cover. The cover really stood out to me when I was looking on eBay, and I remember reading it and being like, oh, that's not a bad story. This one I actually picked up a little while ago. It's actually a very clean looking copy. This is actually the cameo of Batman, Spider-Man, all of those big cameos like Walking Dead, Mad Max, others, and the death of Angstrom Levy. So, and it's also one of the most iconic covers from this series as well. Really, really happy I found that on eBay. And the guy that I bought that from on eBay was also, selling a couple other ones, which was pretty cool. Let me just get them set up. This one is the issue after, where Mark's, stuck in an alternate dimension, and, the future Guardians of the Globe come and rescue him, which, pretty cool. Pretty cool. And this does have the, Eve telling Mark to tell him that he loves young Eve, or, at least that Eve. And I do somehow have two issues of number 35. One of them, I think, was just bought separately, and then the other one was bought in a lot off of eBay, which is kind of how I get most of these, just because, no one sells, Invincible comics unless it's the compendiums. Or, you know, if they do have Invincible books, they sell them for like an outrageous amount, man. And then here's issue 36. Another cool looking cover with the Reanimat on them. So that's pretty cool. And then, like, I know this kind of happened a little earlier in the series, but the whole, you know, I forget what they're called, but they're like a face hugger type thing. And I know the next couple issues I'm about to show basically had these in them, and Mark and the other heroes kind of, you know, stopping them. Issue number 39, which is a pretty cool one. Really do like that. That is Mark in front of a, you know, big spaceship that was being sent to Earth that had the little face hugger things on them. Excuse me. And this is a pretty cool one, in my opinion anyway. This is the issue that introduces Dropkick and Fight Master, which are two characters. Oh, sorry about that. Two characters that just showed up in the last episode, I believe. Maybe not the last episode, but, you know, one of the newer ones from Season 3. So we're at least roughly here in the series. Maybe a little past that. Actually, we are past that. And then this is one I forgot I even had in my collection. This is issue 51, the first blue suit of Mark. And if you look right there, the all-new, all-awesome Invincible. And then this is just a really cool cover, too. And I think this might be the first time Oliver refers to himself as Kid Omni-Man, which kind of surprised that wasn't even, you know, put on anything. And next one I have is issue number 52, which, you know, basically the issue after 51. I think this might be the Death of the Maulers, if I'm not mistaken. I don't remember reading this one, if I'm honest. Like, I know I've read at least a good portion of the Invincible books I have, but I think this might be the Death of the Maulers, if not... Oh, yep, I was right. Yep, there it is. That's gorgeous. Just don't hurt me. Oh, that's sick. Okay, so we're at least up to issue 52, anyway. Or at least by my book standards. So, and there's 144 issues, if I remember correctly. So we got a little ways to go before we're, like, halfway done with this series. And let me just say, I heard rumors that they're going to try to get it to at least 8 seasons, so I hope. Ooh, this is a beautiful, beautiful cover. This is the first appearance of a character called Universa, and yeah, nothing super exciting. Like, I don't know how big of a part she's going to be playing in the show, but, you know. And then this one is the Viltrumite War. I don't know if this is like the first, you know, Viltrumite War or you know, issue 1 of the first Viltrumite War, but, you know, issue 75, beautiful looking cover, and it's a thicker book. It's like one of the thickest ones that I've seen / grabbed. Wait, is it doubled up in there? Have I not read this? And I'm sorry if I, you know, keep going. Oh no, it's just one book. Okay, we're good. Okay, couldn't remember. And then this one was actually kind of a cool story. Found this at, like, an antique / you know, kind of like a antique / thrift shop. This was like $1, which, it's not even a key or anything, but, you know, it's an Invincible book, and, you know, at the time when I was going through it, I was like, oh, that's cool, because I was like my, gosh, maybe like my 4th or 5th one. And the next book up, which I found at an antique shop, gosh, when I first moved to Des Moines, which, for those of you who knew, I moved to Des Moines, which is the state capital of Iowa. I found this in one of the, like, before I got, like a steady job when I moved there, because I was employed for about a month and a half. But enough about that. Uh, issue 90, I found that for $5, which not terrible, just slightly overpriced. Issue 96, another cool cover. Actually, the only Invincible book I've found at a comic shop. So, well, at a comic shop, it was in the back issue bins for basically retail. Which, I mean, at the time, Invincible Season 1 was kind of blowing up, so I mean, kind of surprised it was. Issue number 98, which, cool looking cover with both Bulletproof and Invincible. And then, I do have 2 issues of this next book, but they're variant covers of each other. This is the Ryan Otley variant of issue 100, with Dinosaurus, basically having obliterated all of the, superheroes. And Shapesmith just looks so sad right there. Beautiful looking cover, though. And then the next issue, which is also issue 100, I just really loved how this book looked. This is one of the coolest ones, and this is the Death of Everything story arc, so beautiful looking book. And then, I may have overpaid on this one. I definitely know that for sure. But, I mean, I hadn't really bought anything at this convention, so, I was like, why not? Issue 107, which is, like I said, not a key book or anything. I think this just might be the first appearance of Monster Girl's, son, which doesn't make a lot of sense, because, when she's in her monster form, she's a dude. But I don't know, it hurts my head when I try to think about it. And this one I actually got last year at Kansas City Comic-Con. It's definitely a little stained, but I think, the stains kind of make it look a little cooler. This is issue number, and I'm just going to say this right now, this is one of the biggest issues in this entire series, and I'm very curious how they're going to really work it into the show, but this is issue 110, the big, it's a big controversial thing that I'm not going to say the word for, just because, don't want this video to be flagged or anything, but it's that issue. So, really cool. Or, I shouldn't say really cool, but I mean beautiful cover, which kind of homages, what was it, issue 12, I believe, where it's kind of like Omni-Man's, arm just kind of, bloody and hanging on the cover. This next one, didn't even know this was a big key when I bought it at the time, but this is issue 113, the first appearance of Mark's daughter Tara as a baby, which, let me just say, very, very cool that I got this, especially for $5, because I'm pretty sure once, she gets, closer to being announced, that book might kind of blow up a little bit. And then this is issue 114. This isn't really anything that I've, found. It's just a really cool robot cover, which I do apologize if it's a little blurry. Hopefully that'll fix it a bit. But, I mean, the only superhero comic you will ever need, and let me just say, this was very accurate. It's such a good story. Compared to, at least the previous, or, not previous, the current state of, Spider-Man, which is one of my favorites, slash, the only stuff I'm really consistently reading is Ultimate Universe, which, all of those are peak. But enough about that, back to Invincible. Issue 118, again, no big key, just, I will say, Tara just kind of terrifies me on this. Such a cute little baby, but it's terrifying seeing her like that. And then this is my last single issue, and this is a variant cover. This is issue number 135, and this is this is around the time when they were doing Gwen Stacy variant covers. So this is issue number 135, the Invincible cover, which it had number 1 right there where the sticker is. It says not really, but buy it anyway, which kind of funny. And they really did do very well with the, copying of, the Marvel books at the time. very cool. Very happy about that. And I think I only got it for like $10, which I mean was very surprising to me, because it's like a $20 book. And yeah, that's all of the Invincible stuff I have. I don't really have anything else Invincible-wise, other than a custom that my friend is going to be sending out to me within the next, you know, at least when he gets done with a different custom I asked him to make, which, very cool, very awesome of him, awesome guy. Check him out, IZ Arts. But yeah, that's basically all I have for you guys today. If you enjoyed the video, like, comment, subscribe, and, you know, if you want me to review any of the Invincible books, which, I mean, we all know what happens in Invincible at this point if you're watching the video, but, I mean, if you want me to go through the single issue and, you know, put my thoughts on it, just leave a comment down below and I'll get to it as soon as I can. But hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, like I mentioned, like, comment, subscribe, and I'll catch you guys in the next video. Love you guys. Peace. Baby girl, I know. This is